Yes guys, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be checking out the DJI NEO drone, and we're going to be deciding whether it's any good for use by mountain bikers. So let's just dive straight in. So this tiny little thing in my hand right here is the DJI NEO drone. Now this is their fully autonomous drone, and it starts at £149, and it's fully capable of capturing amazing footage, capturing the surroundings fantastically, all without the need of any sort of keypad or joysticks, controller of any kind. You can capture amazing footage just with what you see in my hand here, and it is absolutely tiny. You can see there it fits comfortably in the palm of my hand. It weighs absolutely nothing, like it is ridiculously light, and I've actually carried it here today in my hip pack with no issue at all. Didn't feel the weight, didn't feel the size of it. It's amazing, and it's well protected as well, which is ideal. You can see those propeller guards down there, little plastic guards that just help to keep any sort of debris out of there and help to keep the aircraft airborne, which, you know, is always handy. But what we're going to do today is we're going to check out what it's capable of, and whether it's a piece of kit that you guys should maybe consider putting into your bags to capture your rides. You know, if you're one of these people that films their rides, is this drone for you? We're going to check it out today and decide. So let's go. By far the biggest positive for me with the DJI NEO is being able to capture that immense footage, you know, those landscapes, those hillsides, being able to capture all that without having to carry any additional bulk, because the DJI NEO doesn't need any controller, it doesn't need any sort of other equipment to shoot other than what you see right here in front of you. It's fully autonomous, it can follow you, it can be guided by you, and it can capture the surroundings that you are in fantastically well just using this piece of kit. Now there is an option to use your mobile phone, any sort of smartphone. You can download the DJI Fly App for free, and that comes with a virtual set of joysticks, so you can manually take over the controls and you can fly it how and where you want. But for me, I've bought this solely for the purpose of having it follow me while I'm out on the trails, while I'm riding, and just capturing a different angle to what I'd normally catch, and trying to allow people to see where it is I'm riding and to get an idea of scale. And like I say, today what I want to try and do is showcase to you guys what it's capable of and what it can do. So first of all, let's check out those 6 presets and see what they're for. So I've got it set up here to do the Dronie, what DJI call the Dronie. So let's just give that a quick go so that you can see it taking off from my hand and see how it operates.
Dronie, 3, 2, 1.
So each time the drone sets off from your hand and it returns to your hand as well. So you can see there it just disappearing out towards the tree. Once it gets to that limit, it'll then start to return back to my hand. And that is the first shot. That's a Dronie, and like I say, that was at 4 meters. You can set it up to 10 meters away, and if I hold out my hand, it should now return. Almost. But yeah, it lands on your hand, it takes off from your hand, and it literally is as simple as that. I think the wind might have caught it a little bit there, but that's the first shot, and that's a Dronie. And like I say, you can set how far away you want that to go. Obviously with the trees there, I didn't want it disappearing too far. So let's take a look. The drone itself is a super simple piece of kit. There's not an awful lot to it, which makes it absolutely perfect to be using whilst out and about on the trails. So across the top, you've only got those 2 buttons. So you've got one to switch it on. So you press once, then press and hold, and that'll start it up. Then at the front is your other button. Now this other button controls the 6 presets that are available on the DJI NEO, and we're going to go through those today so you can check those out. So I'm just going to cycle through them so you can have a little listen to the prompts.
Helix, follow, spotlight. Helix.
And that in itself is all there is to it. 2 buttons on and off, and then 6 pre-programmed presets that will follow you in different styles and different ways. Now, within the DJI Fly App, there's a mouthful for you, the DJI Fly App, which is available for both Android and iPhone users, you can actually predetermine how far the drone will fly away from you during those presets. So for example, on the follow cam, you can have it at 4 meters, 6 meters and 10 meters. You can also have it at low height, medium height and high up. So it's definitely worth checking out the app to pre-program where you want the drone to be when it is following you. But ultimately, what you see right there in my hand is all you need to start capturing footage out on the trails. So let's see what it can do. So this shot right here is done with the drone operating on the follow function at a distance of 4 meters and at medium height. And as you can see, it really comes into its own here. It really helps open up the shot, and it helps to showcase where I am and what kind of riding I'm doing. But now you can see that the drone's actually starting to fall behind a little bit, and I'm having to put on the brakes just to allow it to catch up. What I tended to find whilst out riding is that the maximum speed of the drone itself seems to be about 13, maybe 15 miles per hour, and that's probably where it falls down. So I don't feel like it's able to keep up at trail speed, and this next video is probably going to showcase that a little bit better. So again, the drone's set up nicely to be on follow mode, or the follow function. And this trail right here is pretty typical of the kind of stuff I usually ride. Fairly dense wood, quite tightly packed. But I started off by just taking it easy, just to make sure that the drone could keep with me. And as you can see, not quite. So as you saw there, that didn't quite go to plan. The drone itself actually hit a tree and just knocked it clean out the sky. But the settings on that there were to be far away and high up as well. So obviously when you're on the trail and it's quite a tight trail like where we are now, having the drone miles away, it's not going to be able to track you particularly well. So it is going to start hitting trees and not managing to find its way around obstacles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the drone in using the presets, bring the drone in so it's not quite as far away from me, set it off again, and we'll just carry on down this trail and see if it can pick us up a little bit better. So let's do it. So with this clip, I went back into the DJI Fly app and I adjusted the presets on the follow preset. So I've moved the drone closer, so it's following me at a much closer distance, and it's also flying at a mid level rather than low or high. And as you can see, the tracking is so much better, even through the narrow trees, and with the sunlight flickering through the trees, it's still able to identify me and it's still moving of its own accord. I've got no input on this whatsoever, and it's doing pretty well. Now, I'm not going down this trail at trail speed. I am going a little bit slower in order for the drone to keep up. So that's probably the biggest limitation of the drone, is its speed. It's not able to keep up with you when you start going at any sort of real trail speed. But to give an overview of the trail, superb. Until it crashed right on cue there. So this next function is called Circle. Now you've got 2 functions on here that are very, very similar, Circle and Helix, and I'll show you the difference between the 2. But ultimately Circle will just pan around you at the same height, whereas Helix will start off low, and begin to pan around you and gain elevation as it circles you. So we'll start off with the circle version, and we'll take a look at that.
2 meters. Circle. 3, 2, 1.
So that's away now at 2 meters. So I've kept it quite tight, obviously because we've got the river just there. I definitely don't want to be losing it over that. So I'm just going to follow it round. What we're going to do is the Helix, which this is the one that gains altitude as it circles you. So let's do it.
4 meters. Helix.
Set at 4 meters in a Helix. So you can see it's starting off at head height now. That's level with my head. And in a second it should start to rotate, and you can see it there gaining elevation as it circles me. So I did mention before how small the DJI NEO is, and I mentioned also that it does fit inside my hip pack. So this is my mountain bike hip pack, space for the bottle and space for anything else, and in this case the NEO. And there you can see fits comfortably, easily zips up, and there's still a little bit room for other little bits and pieces as well, and that fits nicely inside. So like I say, it takes up absolutely no room, which for me, I think it makes it the perfect little camera to take with you on the trails and capture those big mountain moments. Nice and compact, nice and lightweight. You don't even notice it on your back. Superb. Thanks for checking out the video today, guys. Much appreciated. If you feel like you've got something from the content today, make sure you click like just below, and also hit that subscribe button for me too. Really helps out the channel. I just wanted to leave you with my final thoughts on the DJI NEO. Now, ultimately, if your goal is to have a drone that's going to follow you at Mach 10 down the trails, this is just not the drone for you. But if you're looking for something that's going to help you, cement those memories and really capture the landscape of what you're riding, really help to broaden the storytelling that you're doing, and just to capture some great memories, this is the drone. It will follow you down some of the slower trails. It is going to be able to capture you coming down more of the techie trails where you've got to pick your way down. It's not going to capture you at Mach 10. Hopefully today's video has shown you what it's capable of and shown you its limitations. I will be using this drone more within future videos, so keep an eye out for those shots, and I'm going to keep testing it. I'm going to keep pushing its limits to find out what it's capable of, but ultimately I'll be using it just to help set the scene and to help with storytelling throughout my videos and my content. But for £150, I really don't think you can go too far wrong. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope to see you on the trails. Catch you on the next one.